listening to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast about one of the most legendary bands of all time, Deep Purple. We take a look at the music, history, and people behind the band Deep Purple and beyond. Welcome to the Deep Purple Podcast, the first and only podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Today's episode is episode number 247, Whitesnake, live in Ludwigshafen, Germany, 1983. And coming to you from the suburbs of Chicago, where we don't ask follow-up questions about porch pirates, I'm your host, Nathan Beaudry.
And coming to you from the suburbs of Providence, I'm your co-host, John, Lunatic Asylum. Thanks for the nickname, Gardeau. Matola.
That's right. Well, you were texting about how you're in the lunatic asylum earlier. So
yes, because this is very I live on a second floor, so I have, of course, people above, people below. So, it's not, they're all adults that live here. It's not like a college dorm or anything like that, but it's just and I feel like the walls are pretty well insulated. I mean, for the 15 years that I've lived here, not a lot of problems. I mean, the people directly upstairs had some major fighting problems a while ago, but that stopped. So unless people are screaming, you don't really hear anything. So today I'm in here and I hear somebody sneeze Joe, and I'm just how fucking loud do you have to sneeze that I can hear you up here? From downstairs, and then all of a sudden I just hear the guy downstairs and I'm like, what is going on down there?
Was that another sneeze, or was he being scared by a ghost?
No. No, it sounded like he touched a hot stove, or was scared by a ghost or something, but it was just a random and sometimes he'll do that too, he'll sing, I'll hear just bad singing, not good singing. And I'm I got this.
Whether he's in pain, sneezing, singing, it all sounds the same. He's singing. Whoa!
I got this down here. I got fucking Mr. Bill upstairs. I got, live in a friggin' crazy house here.
Yeah.
Somebody steals shit off of my front porch.
Yeah. So I forgot to follow up with you last week on that one because we had an esteemed guest on the show. But
yes,
what happened with your porch?
Well, like I mentioned before we started recording, we were chatting before the show I'm ordering a lot of stuff online, as everybody is, for Christmas and whatnot. And I mean, the Amazon drivers or FedEx or UPS, whoever is it's a cross between leaving stuff out on the front walkway or leaving stuff in the common area, in the front hall. And I've never had a problem with anything missing. Sometimes a package will be at the other entrance of the building or maybe across the street. So I'll walk over and there it'll be. Nobody touches anything around here. But one of my packages out of 3 or 4 that were sitting on the deck were all missing. Mm-hmm. And I'm just so I waited for a day or two and figured maybe somebody brought it in, or oh, wait, this isn't mine. And, usually they'll leave it by my front door or whatever, but it's gone. So I contacted Amazon for a return, and they were just yeah, sure. It's I could have gotten it and just been I want another one for free. Yeah, sure. We'll send you a replacement. Why not? Almost $200 worth of stuff. And I'm okay, great.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's pretty awesome. I guess they must have some algorithm to detect whether they're being scammed or not on that.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
a few times we're just keep it. And I'm cool. In fact, our neighbors, they have the same breed of dog that we have, but he's a lot smaller. He's probably maybe 20 pounds, at least 20 pounds smaller than her. So they ordered him a new dog bed, and they got it in oh, this is way too big. And they're just keep it. We'll send you another one. Which is if it's too big, what are you going to do with it? But they knew we had her. So they're hey, you want another dog bed? And our old dog bed kind of got ripped. So I was sure. So she loves it. So we kept that. And so I've gotten into the business of grooming. Well, I've been doing it ever since we got her because they don't shed, but they require a lot of grooming. And, a trip we haven't taken her to the groomers yet, but a trip to the groomers, you're looking at least $150.
Yeah, depending.
So, I was grooming her, and it's always a wrestling match. So I went on Amazon and I found a grooming table. and it was like $120. I'm like, okay, if I use this table once, I'll have saved the money that she would have cost us. So it comes in and I'm like, this thing is massive. Like, I measured it out. I'm like, because I measured her to see how long she was, and I'm like, okay, this will be a good sized table. And I'm like, holy shit, what am I going to do with this thing? And I open it up, and it's like it's heavy as hell, and all marble, like a marble top. And I'm like,
wow,
I did not order a marble grooming table, because why the hell would you need a marble grooming table? And then I open the box, and I'm ripping it open, and I'm like, there's no legs or anything. It's just the marble top. I'm like, okay. And then I look at it, and the side of it's all cracked and broken. And I was like, okay, well, that's not good. And then I'm looking through like the paperwork and like how to set it up, because like, how do I set it up? Where are the legs? And then it's like I unfold the page, and it's just this woman's eyeglass prescription. I don't know if you've ever seen an eyeglass prescription, but it's like, oh, right eye, -9.4 or whatever. And I'm like, oh, like, what the hell is going on? So I contact Amazon, and they're like, oh, sure, we can do a return. Just bring it to the UPS store. I'm like, I'm not bringing this thing anywhere. It's huge. So anyway, I set up a return, got the actual grooming table, and all is well now. But I was like, I don't know what. I think somebody else must have tried to return this, and they were like, hey, honey, where are the papers that were supposed to be in this thing? I got to send it back. They're on the table. And he just grabbed it and threw her eyeglass prescription in there, taped it up, and sent it away.
Well, I was going to say, if at the beginning of the story, when you were talking about how big it was, you're like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this thing? And I'm like, well, I mean, you could start a massage business on the side, just have clients over, like,
you know, it's really great getting a massage lying on a cold marble tabletop.
Well, I mean, I know too for a fact, I don't know if you looked into it or if it's easier for you to just stay home with the dog, but I know that places like if you got PetSmart out there and places like that have self-grooming stations where you have like a punch card type of thing, and you buy like, X amount of visits for like, it equals up to like $20 a visit. And you go in there, and, they have the shampoo and like everything all set up, and you just, bathe them and everything there.
No kidding. I didn't know that. I'll have to check that out. I'm new to this, even though we're almost a year old. I'm new to this stuff, but
yeah, but I mean, if you're tired of basically like destroying a section of your house, you could just go you can go to PetSmart, and they, like I said, they have a whole section set up, and they have the shampoo, the conditioner, like towels, air dryer, like the whole bit, and you just show them your card, walk in, and you just buy like a number of visits. So
it's good to know for an option. I've already made my money back on the grooming table, so
well, there we go.
I was thinking of starting a business right out of my house. Well, when I looked at it on Amazon, I was like, let me find a grooming table. How much could they be? And then, there's this one that's like $5,000. It has like steps you go up, and there's, like you said, like there's a washing area and everything. I was like, I don't think I need anything quite that elaborate. I'll go with the $120 version. But anyway, folks, we are on a live stream today. Thank you for joining us. We got a lot of heavy hitters in the chat right now, so thanks for signing on. We're doing a little bit of an early day one for our UK folks. So thank you. Well, European folks, I should say, not just the UK. But yeah, so if you want to support our show, our podcast is 100% listener supported and ad free. So if you receive some value for our show, consider giving us some value back. You can support our show by leaving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. You can also buy some merch at our Etsy store, or you can become a patron on Patreon or on PayPal for as little as $1 a month. Help support the show. I'm looking over to my side here. I've got some computer parts ready to go, hoping to get some others, and then order the rest. I figure if I can get all of these as gifts, and then I can order the rest of them on a payment plan, I could just put that Patreon money towards paying that off every month, and we'll be up and running on a new computer. So should be great.
Wow, it's coming to fruition, folks. The new computer fund.
I probably talked about it on episode 1. I gotta get a new computer, but this is officially 10 years old. My recording rig right now, and it's still goes fine, but I always like to stay ahead of it, because if it breaks down or something goes bad, or we lose something on it, or stops working, whatever it is, that'll definitely delay the show. Yeah, becoming a patron on Patreon or on PayPal gets you access to our patrons only Discord, where we can have some great chats with all of our great folks that participate in that. And it also gets you access to the ratings spreadsheet. If you want to look at our ratings and judge me and John for how we've rated things, you can have access to that spreadsheet. Speaking of, you got something going on in you.
I wasn't able to hit the mute switch quick enough. I was like, is that me or is that Nate?
No, I didn't hear it on your end, so Zoom must have cut it out, but maybe on the actual audio for the show we'll hear it.
It was a car horn.
Okay. Yeah, Zoom's good at cutting extraneous stuff like that out.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I went to hit my mute switch earlier, and then I realized I kicked my dog in the face. I had no idea she was down there.
She's like, what did I do?
She did not care at all.
Oh.
I don't think she even woke up. She's just dead asleep down there.
Oh.
Freezing cold out. We just came back from a walk, so she's out. All right, so speaking of patrons, our amazing patrons at the executive level, at the in memoriam tier, the wonderful late Gerald, Jerry, Kelly, and family. At the $25 Uncommon Man tier, we have Ovis Nakvi and Purple Maniac. At the 15 Squid tier, and in the chat, we have none other. Oh, I'm sorry, he's not in the chat. I'm getting ahead of myself. I wish he was in the chat, though. But that is, of course, Alan. At the $10 Good Doctor tier, we have Dr. Mike Catan. Somebody get me some doctors. At the Turn It Up to $11 tier, we have Clay Wambacher, Frank Thielgard Mortensen, Mikkel Steen, and Will Porter, PhDPP. And at the $10 Someone Came tier, Ryan M., Jeff Bryce, Victor Campos, Better Call Saul Evans, and Peter from Illinois. And at the Hughesoween by 2033 tier, coming to you now in 2024, we have Fielding Fowler. I feel like it's still too long.
I mean, you'll be just editing it down until you're just like Fielding Fowler. Blue.
It's like blue.
Just the wolf and Dracula. That's
all you really need. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll cut that one down. I don't know. Some updates. If you want to check out other like-minded shows, please check out deepdivepodcastnetwork.com. Too many shows to mention. The great Corey Morissette, though, mentions everyone on every episode. I'm like, oh my God, he's a monster. He goes through however many shows, or 18, 19 shows now.
Well, we used to until you were just like, all right, I've had enough.
It just takes a lot of time. So check out those great shows. If you are thinking of, you know what, if there's a band that you want to podcast on, look it up at deepdivepodcastnetwork.com. And you know what, if it's not there, start it and start doing that podcast, and we'll admit you in. And then we've got some upcoming shows. Glenn Hughes will be coming to the Arcata in St. Charles, Illinois, the pickle capital of the world, playing with Enough's Enough and Bad Marriage on February 10th, John's birthday.
Woo!
That's right. John's birthday. Doors at 6:30 p.m. February 10th, 2024. I have purchased tickets, so if you want to purchase one from me, just let me know if you're coming. John is still TBD. But it sounds like either way, you'll probably be going to see Glenn Hughes like 6 days later. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
So John might not come for his birthday. And
we'll see.
His first birthday in a while not spent with a Deep Purple bass player.
Well, yeah.
And then, that spoils 2025 when I was going to take you to see Nick Simper and the Nasty Habits to round everything out, to say you've spent your birthday with every bass player for Deep Purple. That would be kind of an interesting collection to have. It's like, you know what my thing is? To spend my birthday with Deep Purple bass players. That's my flex. Weirdo. That's my flex. All right. Yeah. All right, weirdo. Well, how many people could say they spent 3 birthdays in a row with 3 different Deep Purple bass players? I mean, that's even 2 in a row with Roger is a pretty good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that alone is worth bragging about. Yeah,
exactly.
What is the other show coming up?
The other show coming up is the Satriani tour. The first time the two of them alone going on tour together. They've been doing a lot of promo on it, talking about all their different various instrumentalists that are in the bands with them. I've never seen either live, so I'm excited about that. I also have 4 tickets for that one, so if you're interested in purchasing one, let me know.
When is that?
And I actually, for that show, I got reserved a little like
opera box,
like a little, yeah, like a little, not like the opera box, like I got the opera box for Glenn Hughes, but for Satriani, it's like, it's hard to tell on the thing, but it looks like one of those little like rounded half moon booths with 4 seats. So
okay,
it looks like it could be pretty cool, and it's like in the mezzanine looking down. So it looks like it could be a pretty cool place. I've never been to the theater. It must be an old theater because it's called the Chicago Theater, and I'm assuming since they used the Deep Purple podcast naming convention, that was probably named pretty early in the Chicago theater scene. But that one's actually in Chicago, so that should be pretty cool. April 18th,
and when is it? April when?
April 18th.
18th.
Yeah, no, my parents will be in town probably that day or the next for my daughter's birthday, which is a few days later. So,
all right, I'm gonna look that one up, because that one, or at least my my availability then, I'm going to assume like nothing is happening on April 18th. There's nothing remarkable about that day for me,
nope.
In particular. So I might be able to, that would be something cool to get out there with. And I have to probably fight your parents for the guest room.
Well, we have a second one upstairs you could use. If we've done that before. I think we
be
did
more fun to like fight your parents for it. Like your friggin' dad last time. He like comes yelling out of the house, "I told you to get him home by midnight."
Yeah, he's still gonna have a grudge against you.
I didn't think he still had it in him. He was just like he was like yelling at me.
Thought you were in real trouble there.
Oh, I know. You damn kids.
All right. So yeah, I think that's everything we got. Like I said, we're on the live stream here. We should probably, since we're going to be getting right into this concert, and Hall of Famer Norman Weichelbaum is in the chat, so he'll have to. He joined a little late, so he didn't hear my amazing pronunciation of Ludwigshafen, which hopefully is correct. You can tell me if I'm going to get that right or not. So yeah, before we get started, we should thank the next level of patrons. And one more thing. Let's as we do this completely out of order. Remember the guy during the concerto in '69 who was just wigging out in the crowd? He's just like, oh, like,
yeah.
He's like very, so Stephen Somerville, the concerto 1999 fanatic, and apparently 69 fanatic, said he messaged me a while ago and said that guy was like at a bunch of concerts, and he's always like on the videos, like, so he like he sent me this little video that's a compilation. It's about a minute long, so I'm gonna play it. All the different concerts that he was filmed at. So here we go. We're gonna share this here. Dancing Man. I wonder what his name is. Somebody must know. Here we go. Here he is at the concerto, wigging out. And there he is again at the concerto, wigging out.
To play with the Stones in Hyde Park.
Now here's the Rolling Stones in Hyde Park.
650,000 people.
I'm sorry. No, this is King Crimson. There he is. Oh, he's got a partner there. There's another concert. There he is. This is on YouTube too, so I'll put a link in the show notes so you guys can see it. Oh, this is a real good close-up of him.
I mean, that was a pretty, so I mean, I'm going to guess that based on that, they showed him because he was quote unquote, a little quote unquote famous for being that wigging out dancing guy. But also, I mean, I feel like that was a pretty common like 60s like dance that people would do.
Yeah,
just kind of, yeah, that kind of,
your arms around.
Yeah, that's the kind of like hippie type of stuff you saw. It's kind of like, I'm on drugs and like, so it wasn't really, you didn't have to have any talent. You just had to wig out.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it takes a lot of training to learn that dance move, but he does it really well. So, oh, the last one he says was at Plumpton Festival near Brighton, when the Who headlined in 1969. So it's funny because everyone's just sitting there in the audience, just kind of watching, just ho hum, and he's just standing up. So he's stands up from the crowd and he's just just wigging out. It's great. But he's feeling the music, so we love it. All right. So with that, it is time to move on to, of course, our patron section, our next patron section, so we can get right into the concert here. And here we go. Where is it? Okay. At the core level, at the $7.77 Keep It Warm Rat tier, we have Michael Vader. At the $6.99 new nice price tier, we have Spike the Rock Cat and Sugar Tea. At the episode $6.66 tier, Steve Coldwell, Arthur Smith.
Getting support from the patron Arthur Smith.
Live in the chat with us. Anton Glaving, Charles Meadows. At the $6.65 Almost Evil tier, we have Kenny Wymore, Michael Bagford, and Richie Sucksmith. At the $5.99 the nice price tier, Robert Smith, Peter from Illinois. Oops, forgot to take him out. You get a double thanks, Peter, for upgrading. And Carl Hellberg. At the 60 kroner Scandinavian Nights tier, we have Newt Morton Joe Hansen.
It's a great life.
Drag that one out. At the $5.55 What's Going On Here tier, we have Richard Fusey. And at the $5 Moneylender tier, John Convery, German Heindel, Adrian Hernandez, Jesper Elman, Alexei the Perfect Stranger Slepikov, Kev Roberts, Percival Frequency, Scott Zern, Cynthia Doobie, Raf Calf, and Coyote Bongwater. Thank you so much to all of you for your generous support of the Deep Purple podcast. Okay, so will the Dancing Man be in this live performance? I don't know. But so I reached out to Jorg and I said, hey, if we wanted to do, we haven't done a live Whitesnake video. We've only done Live in the Heart of the City audio. So I said, if we were to do a live video concert, what would be the best video to do? Kind of maybe the earliest. And he recommended this one. As I said, live from Ludwigshafen, Germany, 1983. It's a full show, and he said, unfortunately, there's not really any video of the live classic lineup of the Moody Marsden era. So nothing full, unfortunately, because that would be great. So we'll start here. This is one of the earliest live full Whitesnake shows that you can find. And yeah, with that, I think here we go. Let's kick it off.
SWF3 Festival, live aus Ludwigshafen, aus der Friedrich-Ebert-Halle. You're okay. We are feeling all very happy. Wir sind alle toll drauf. Und jetzt, Whitesnake!
Nice. I was going to ask Norman if he could give us a translation, but it looks like he translated for us. He didn't waste any time. First move. Microphone penis. Unbelievable. Mic stand. Now he's... Wow. So you got Mel Galley back there.
Oh, it sounds like Gambler.
Yep.
Well, there he is.
There he is, the man, John Lord.
John Lord. I think it's interesting how Coverdale always stuck that bottom part out with the 3 prongs. You figure, like, to make it look like a microphone dick, he'd stick it out the other way, but
yeah,
unless he's like going for like an alien
behind
dick.
him to kind of hold it in place.
Oh, okay. Standing in the shadow. I'm not expecting that one.
Yeah, I've actually got the volume up way louder than I normally do. The audio's not great.
Yeah, interestingly enough, I haven't seen any classic live Whitesnake shows like on video or really any live performances. Maybe maybe clips.
One promo video they did, which they did like 4 songs or something. But
so who do we have here? We have Coverdale, Lord, Cozy.
Colin Hodgkinson on bass, Mickey Moody, Galley Lord.
Oh, you said no Bernie, huh? Bernie was out at this point. So this was right before Slide It In, right?
Yep. Mel Galley's wearing an awesome Whitesnake shirt, like one of those baseball shirts.
Yeah.
3/4 sleeve. Oh, and I guess it's not a 3/4 sleeve. It's just a little bit longer than a long.
My father said you're crazy. You should what you gonna do. I live for my guitar. So I leave it up to you. Gonna live a lot of love. Live the life that I choose. I'm walking in the shadow of the room.
My dog's completely lying across my dog switch. I can't even get to it.
Oh yeah, that is a cool shirt.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it's like not quite a baseball tee, but looks like one of those what do you call it, quarter-length sleeves. But yeah, I like that. I think they have T-shirts like that now too, that with the kind of like cutout pic of Coverdale.
Yeah. Moody's having a blast.
Moody looks like he's having a good time. Oh yeah,
It's funny. They put up the title of the song now.
I was gonna say they put it up now. The song's halfway over. You know, just by looking at the crowd and the reaction they're getting and the energy of the show, it's if they never kind of went the way of the '87 album, they probably would have just done okay at this level.
Oh yeah, I think that they were always did pretty well in Europe, it seems.
Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like they were like they weren't doing too bad at this level.
Coverdale's wearing his turquoise bracelet that he wore at California Jam.
And they're sounding great. Oh, hell yeah. Love this song.
Right, rough and ready.
See, now they're like, oh, we should put it up sooner. Rough and ready.
Yeah, the guy in the director's booth is like, "You're killing me here."
Like Coverdale had the moves back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, just so much energy, and I mean, he's done the mic. If you're not only listening to the audio, he's done the microphone stand penis thing at least 25 times so far. We're only at the beginning of the second song. He had done it about 3 times before they even started playing.
And I mean, for the amount that he's like posing and moving around and jumping around, thinking pretty well.
Let me introduce you to, in the red corner, on guitar, Mel Galley.
Nice. You hear that bass?
Yeah.
He's really going for it.
Yeah.
Now, I know there's audio releases of this too. It was released as like a bootleg in Germany in like the early 90s. I don't know if you can get a better audio from that. From everybody there too. Norman, if you know anything about Ludwigshafen, for example, am I butchering the pronunciation? Let us know. This is great. He's just giving everybody a little turn. And
yeah. In the meantime, the bass is like slapping and popping in the background.
Yeah, he's going nuts.
Wow. Rudy's having a blast here.
Because Colin Hutchinson's playing with a pick, but you still sound like you hear a lot of like slapping. Norman says Ludwigshafen is no place to go. Industry City. Oh, there you go. He's even calling out Ludwigshafen. Yeah, I'd say as far as like energy on stage, they're just all in top form.
Oh yeah. Damn, to have seen a Whitesnake show back in the day, like live, yes.
Nice.
Are you ready and
Are they ready and
Are
waiting?
you ready and
Wow, everybody's like
Are you ready and
pumping their fists. It's like they were all like trained the audience ahead of time. So interesting fact, Ludwigshafen was the site of the first ever aerial bombardment during World War I. First time the bombs were dropped from an airplane.
Yeah, well, that's a place you want to go see a rock show.
Yeah. Yeah. 1915. Wow. I do like the no frills font they're using to put these songs at the bottom. It looks like a public access TV.
I mean, yeah, the quality isn't top notch, but I mean, it's definitely good enough. So, like, it's definitely watchable, listenable, and I mean, we're getting a lot of good angles here too.
Oh yeah, and if they had the rights to it or whatever, if they wanted to re-release this or something, and just if they could master the audio or get the actual audio recording in a better form and just touch up the video so it doesn't look so old, I mean, this would be a hell of a release.
I wonder if things like this would be more prominent in the future with AI getting better.
It could be.
Like AI cleaning up the audio and the video, and if there isn't like a good master print available, for instance.
Yeah, I mean, I think AI in the right hands, as we've seen with like the Beatles thing, can really be used really well. It's just so funny. I saw just the other day someone said the 2024 swimsuit, Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition cover, and it was like an AI woman, and she had like 3 arms on one hand, and there was like a hand growing out of her hip on the other side.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, sometimes, as you know from our Christmas episode, sometimes it's just not 100%. Look at that guy's sign, it just says sweet. holding up a big sign. Yes, sweet.
Ready and willing. Let me hear you sing. Sweet satisfaction. Sweet satisfaction. I want to hear sweet satisfaction.
Gardo is saying AI will fix Coverdale's microphone stunt.
Let me hear you
Maybe it'll turn the stand around, like you said. He's holding the microphone out to the crowd. There's some 80s hard rock dudes in the crowd. Yeah, huh? Norman says the age of the long sideburns. I couldn't even really tell with his hair down as long as it is, but his Coverdale sideburns are out of control. Are those the sideburns or are those?
Well, when he forgot to shave when he was shaved his beard, maybe he forgot to do the sides, and he was like, "Whoop, I'll just leave him the sideburns."
Late for a show in Ludwigshafen.
But yeah, you could tell earlier when he flipped his head back, you could see those big ass sideburns.
It's interesting, Galley and Moody both playing Les Pauls, because I was always under the impression that it wasn't a great idea to have like two of the exact same guitar if you have a two-guitar band. That was something my buddy Chris always told me when we were working in the studio and we were in bands together. It's
like
just
even
like
live?
If they're both the exact same guitar, or like they're both Les Pauls going through Marshalls, they kind of like something with the something with the tones will just like there's not enough distinction between the two. But clearly it's working okay for them. So
yeah.
Vielen Dank, 1000 Dank. Okay. Oh, thank you, James. Cheers, bros, to this evening.
Oof.
Here's a song for you. It's a song from Cam and Garrett. It's called Don't Break My Heart Again.
Yeah, whatever was in that cup, Coverdale just blasted it down.
You know,
Probably water.
Water, but then I don't know.
Eh.
They're little cups. I always noticed that there's like a famous picture of like Gillan and John Lord backstage at something. And John Lord's drinking this cup and it's tiny. It looks like one of those cups you get at the dentist. He's just like drinking, like it's like, I assumed it was water, but it's a little plastic cup.
I mean, look at this audience. Like, they're just hands up, clapping through the whole thing.
Yeah, you got a few women like up on the shoulders and like everyone's just clapping and singing.
I mean, they are into it.
And this would have been, well, yeah, this would have had to be West Germany at this point because this would not have been happening in East Germany.
Oh, I missed the T at first, so I thought it said "Don't break my hair again." I just want to see them like get one of the titles wrong. I think that would be funny.
It's entirely possible. To me, it's like it's funny that like they put the title up so late. It's almost like they've got like some guy that's hunting and pecking, like. Or I mean, you'd probably be like me if you gave me this German song title. I'd be like,
the hunt and peck.
My dad still hunts. My dad claims to be the fastest hunt and peck typer on planet Earth.
I can type super fast, but I make a lot of like spelling errors.
Do you hunt and peck?
No. No, I took keyboarding in 7th grade, and that's where I learned to type the correct way.
I took typing in 8th grade, and I remember you were probably in Jeff's class because Jeff was like, I can do the home keys, and he was like showing me. But in 8th grade, we learned it, but my school was a little different than yours, so we learned on one of those typewriters with the big, like, like the big, every key had its own arm.
Oh, right.
One of those, like, IBM electric keyboards, so we'd all be in there, like, And my teacher spoke with a lisp, so he'd be like SWF space SWF space, and we'd all be doing what he would say.
That is the wrong person to be teaching anything about words.
I learned it, but you know, like if you type too fast, like the keys can get like jammed together if the letters are too close. Mickey Moody's just like one of the coolest guys ever. You know, he looks like he's really looks good. Like if you've seen him lately, like he just looks
well preserved.
Very well. He just looks like a badass.
Yeah. I remember seeing those.
He looks cooler now than he did then.
The video of him and Bernie doing the acoustic thing together, and I remember thinking that when I saw him, like, wow, you know, Moody looks pretty
yeah,
aging pretty well here.
Gardo is asking what kind of guitar the guy with the hat is playing.
The guy with the
that is a Les Paul. Only Les Pauls in the building. What's hanging off of his belt, Coverdale's belt? There's a good close-up of that turquoise bracelet. He has like keys, like it looks like keys like a janitor would have hanging off of his belt.
Maybe they were the keys to the back room, darling.
He throws them out to all the ladies in the audience. He's really humping that mic stand now.
I'm just gonna take it. No more, man. No more.
I can't believe with all that swinging around on that mic stand, you don't hear any like clunks.
Thank you so much.
Unless they edited it out, or the sound man just dropped those faders the second he saw him lift it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You all right? Are you all right? Jolly good. We're gonna do a song for you from the Saints and Sinners album. Hope you like it.
That guy over there, I was like, here I go again.
Oh, this will be interesting to see.
He went as a Mickey Moody cosplay. He's wearing the same hat.
Mickey Moody cosplay. This will be interesting to see if he stuck with the hobo line.
Oh yeah, it's what, a year later or something. I bet he didn't change it until he Americanized.
Probably, but
it'd be great if he had an intermediary word that he knew he didn't want hobo, but he hadn't arrived at drifter yet.
Like a homeless person I was meant to walk
a bum.
Like a bum.
Like a bum I was meant to go.
Oh, that would have been fantastic. Or if that was the first thing that they pitched, you know, bum. How about hobo? All right, let's go with that. That's a little softer than bum.
'Cause I know what it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams. Here I go again on my own, going down the lonely road.
We got Galley and Moody backing him up on vocals. Oh, there you go.
Yep, that answers that.
Just another heart in need of rescue, waiting on love.
Ivan is in the chat saying it's great to see a crowd with no mobile phones.
Yeah.
I'm definitely guilty of. Although when we went to go see, Hughes, I took like a 12-second video and then that was it.
Yeah.
But during Ingve, I took so many videos.
Well, how could you not?
Just for those of you keeping track, they just put the title of the song at the bottom.
I've gotten into the habit of maybe snapping like a short couple of videos, some pictures like intermittently, but I won't. I just prefer to enjoy the moment, and I'm like, you know what? There will be plenty of other people to post or send me pictures or videos. I don't need.
Well, I've gotten to the point now where I'm just like, yeah, you could leave the show, go home, and then go on YouTube and find people from the exact show that were like probably 3 seats over from you that have already put it on YouTube. So I'm like, I'll let them do the work. But I get it, you know. I think some people are really harsh about that. Like, oh, they're filming these kids today film everything. But, you know, let people enjoy things the way they want to enjoy it. They want to share it with everybody.
I always loved the original solo. I always thought it was very melodic.
He looks like he's got like the Brian May guitar all of a sudden, Galley. What do you call it? Like was it the Red Rocket? My buddy Dan's got one of those Brian May Red specials. Where is Colin? He's back there. They got like no lights on him. He's like, there he is.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
How are you? Okay.
The only thing I don't know what venue this is.
We got
They're just chanting
a
Whitesnake.
couple of people here we're going to introduce to you during the course of this next song. Also, there's an awful lot expected of you people on this next song. In fact, you've got to take the roof off singing. Okay? Okay! This is a song that's going to feature on bass Mr. Colin Bomber Hodgkinson. And play the instrument of the devil, slide guitar, Mickey Moody.
The instrument of the devil.
And here's a song for you. This is called Love Hunter!
All right.
He just did a really nice hump. It's like classic Spinal Tap, cock rock sort of stuff. Apparently this was at the Friedrich Ebert Hall.
Give me everything that a good woman should. Every day and every night she'll be waiting on a brown-eyed boy to come between her eyes. I'm a love hunter, baby, singing along. I'm a love hunter, baby.
This is one I'm gonna have to search out for an audio version of this.
Oh, I'm gonna give you my love and use my tail on you, child.
It looks looks like he's got one of those little keychains that's got the different screwdriver heads on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Like a little, like a little, what thing with like friggin' like on it or some shit.
It's like a little circle, and then there's 4 little different size screwdriver heads on the corners. Not that it's corners in a circle. They just put Love Hunter up on the screen. They put it as 2 separate words. It's usually, it'll be like, you know,
Love Hunter.
It's auto repair on it, and it'll have like little screwdrivers.
I'm gonna give you my loving. Throw your love away. I'll use my time on you. Yeah.
You know, you think about it, Coverdale really carved out like a little niche for himself there, because how many singers do you know that have like a thing with their microphone? Like, you know, you got Steven Tyler with the scarves.
Yeah.
You got Coverdale doing this thing. Who else?
I don't know. I can't think of anyone else that does anything crazy. There's a few singers that like spin it like around. There's Roger Daltrey does the like.
Yeah.
He like whips it around. Like it looks really dangerous.
Smoking Solo by Marsden. Awesome. Moody Marsden.
Moody he looked just as surprised as we were when he's playing. He's like, oh, that was good.
he's like, damn, I'm feeling it. I'm smoking.
I agree with Steven in the chat. People need to give Moody more credit. He's just incredible. Blackmore's tight says Freddie Mercury and his handle grip thing.
I always get what I need.
Yeah.
Right now I want to
hey, Odell.
Come on. I'm a lover, baby.
Maybe he's wiggling around so much because his jeans are pretty damn tight. Coverdale's got those things painted on. I love Hodgkinson. Looks like he's in like a country western band with that shirt. Those black shirts with like the design on the top.
Yeah.
Please welcome Bomber Hodgkinson and Mickey Moody.
He's giving it to Bomber and Moody here.
Nice.
It's like they heard you, Steven. They're like, oh, you like Moody? We're going to give you a little extra.
This is kind of a different concept. Guitar/bass solo.
Oh, now you get a good close-up of his style now. Nice. Great tone. Oh. It's really percussive here. Turned into like a Victor Wooten concert all of a sudden.
Whoever you to go.
like he is using a pick. And Bomber singing it.
Wow.
Lead around Chicago, you gotta change and go. Said I leave out this morning, I got to shake your hand. Said I leave out this morning, I got to shake your hand. Go back to my woman. Go back to your man.
Really cool. I think he's using a pick and then he's like moving to plucking with like his 3 fingers, or he might even just be using his thumb to strum it. But then he'll like cup the pick in his fingers and then use like his thumb and his index and middle finger to just
very very cool, very interesting.
Go back to my woman. Go back to your man.
Peter just asked how many spare picks on his mic stand. Not a 1. That was awesome.
Wow.
Moody just goes back to where he was. It was like he wasn't even expecting that. Oh, okay. You're just hijacking my solo, I guess. Well, I should have known. Jorg never disappoints, but this is far exceeding my expectations so far. It's incredible.
Oh yeah. I mean, I figured it would be good. I didn't think it would be this good.
He's doing like the greatest little dance. He's got the like little wristband on like Dave Mustaine. Slightly different style though. Breaking loose now.
Nice.
And that's the great thing about Coverdale. Like I'm sure, like anybody else, could have been difficult to work with and could have had an ego and all that, but he always seemed to, he always gave like Moody and Marsden and Hodgkinson at this point, like gave them opportunities to sing and do their own thing, and that's cool. Like a lot of other people in that position, I think could be a lot more controlling. And I'm sure there was some, there always is.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously he positioned himself as the face of the band and it's his band, but as we've seen on the albums and so far in this concert, is that he provided equal opportunity for everybody to shine.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot of other.
Hodgkinson on bass.
He was confident enough in his ability that he didn't feel threatened by that.
Yes,
a lot of other singers are
indeedy.
like, no, all eyes on me.
It's hot enough to boil a monkey's arse up here, Your Majesty. We're going to, there's somebody fondling a woman down here. Could you throw her up here when you're finished? Very nice. We going to feature another song from the Saints and Sinners album.
Wow.
This is a blues song. Gives an opportunity to introduce another new friend of ours on guitar, Mr. Mel Galley.
Hot enough to boil a monkey's ass. I've never heard that expression before. That's a good one.
It's going to be introduced by John Lord and Mickey Moon.
Our UK folks will have to tell us, is that a common expression that just never made it over on the side of the pond?
Or is it a Coverdale expression?
It could be something he made up on the spot, but it could be like an old expression. Who knows? Oh wow, they put the title of the song up really early this time.
A black cat moans when he's burning with a fever. A stray dog howls when he's lonely in the night. A woman go crazy.
Ah, it's a Monty Python quote. I should have known that.
Retribution. But a man starts weeping when he's singing song.
Oh yeah, I guess they say monkey's bum. Coverdale's a little more brash.
I keep on dreaming dreams of tomorrow. Feel I'm wasting my time, lighting candles in the wind. Always taking my chances.
Oh, have fun. Arthur Smith is on his way to see Graham Bonnet. I'm afraid he's going to see him. So he's leaving on the train now, so have a blast. Can't wait to hear about that show.
The sun is shining. It's raining my heart. No one understands the heartache. No one feels the pain. No one ever sees the tears. When you cry in the rain. When you cry in the rain. Crying in the rain. I can never deny all the sweet things I have tasted. Though I've been mistreated, I keep coming back for more. I know where I'm going, there's no hope for absolution. I can't seem to separate the good times from the bad. The sun is shining. Ooh, it's raining in my heart.
No, Galley's such a badass.
There's no one feels the pain. No one ever sees the tears.
It's amazing just how short-lived this lineup was.
Yeah.
I wonder how many opportunities there even were. Like how many shows did this lineup even put out?
When you cry in the rain. When you cry in the rain.
Speaking of Mel Galley.
Fucking galley tearing it up.
Oh, it's a great tone too.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I always loved his playing in trapeze as well.
Yeah, and I guess it's just hearing that live feeling is getting with Whitesnake, whereas all the Whitesnake albums of this period were so fragmented with people coming in and overdoing people's parts and all that. You get to hear them in like an improvised, spontaneous live setting like this. It's just something different.
Imagine if Hughes had it together and they had this lineup with him on bass.
Oh.
You have like some of Trapeze, some of Deep Purple.
If he had
just mixed in here, how amazing would that have been?
More with it, like that could have been a real possibility. Having to remind myself that these guys were all significantly younger than we are now. So I just always think of them as these larger than life guys who are
well, that's because they were always older than us.
They were always older than us, but yeah, looking at this now, I'm like, man, I don't even want to know how old Mel Galley was. Yeah, 35. I would have looked a lot better in jeans at 35 as well.
Yeah, Coverdale too. He was like what, 32 in this.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so he would have been 32. Crazy. And it's also amazing just how much younger they are than us and how much they already accomplished.
Yeah.
What the hell have we done?
Oh, hell yeah.
Right into
wow, going into some Deep Purple.
When I take your hand and sing songs, and maybe you would say, come play with me and love me, and I would surely stay. But I feel I'm growing old.
Looks like people are waving their hands like they're holding lighters, but I don't see any lighters.
Like the sound For the wind will go round. I guess I'll always be a soldier of fortune. I guess I will always be a soldier of fortune. Crying in the rain.
That's a cool little
Nice.
Thank you very much.
That was cool. A little delay.
David Coverdale, come on. Mr. Mel Galley on guitar. Okay, we're up to a place now where we're going to introduce to you, I reckon, a friend of yours, or two friends of yours. Please welcome, before I forget, my good friend, John Lord.
A little before I forget.
I mean, that had to have been a reference to his solo album, right?
Yeah, he's playing it.
Because I mean, you don't just forget that John Lord is in your band.
Oh, before I forget.
Before I get this friggin' genius over here.
Oh, nice. Cool, because yeah, he would have done this album.
Well, that was 1980, right?
I think it was 83. Let's see. It was 82, but I think it was 83. No, 82, I guess. Yeah, so he had just done it. Wow. A close up of the ashtray on the side of the keyboard there. He's like just dripping sweat. Hardcore moog action there. Okay, they did get one wrong. They called it burned wood instead of burnt wood.
It looks like burned.
Mood.
Burned who?
Burn hood, yeah, it does. They got the idea, but nice.
Oh my God. I would be scared to death if that thing would tip over.
When they went on tour, I wonder how much it cost to insure John Lord. They're like, we've seen what he does with that organ. Like, the rates are going to be a little high. Or did they have a backup rig planned in case he crushed? He broke both his legs and his pelvis when that thing falls on him.
Oh my goodness. Nice.
Is this where he points over to Cozy? Yeah. Yeah, so we showed this part on the Cozy episode ages ago. It was right into Cozy's solo. Air raid sirens. Chanting Cozy. Great structured concert starting up. I mean, just absolute rocking, having that little break with Moody and Hodgkinson, sticking in Soldier of Fortune, putting in these like Easter eggs for everybody. Little couple features from John's solo album in his solo. Then of course Cozy's going to do his normal 1812 overture, and then they're going to just close it out with a few more of their rockers. Just such a
I mean, really, you
admire how they put it together for the fans.
Don't really see anything like this anymore.
No.
I mean, it like truly is a show.
And Cozy's just always had one of the more innovative solo segments where it's not just a typical drum solo where they go back, back, boom, boom, back,
yeah.
Back, boom, back,
Yeah.
It's like the standard thing you see every drummer do.
Squadron. Well, you figure too, even back then, Coverdale and all the rest of them being younger, they're still putting on a lot of shows, still clocking in a lot of performances. I mean, it's going to take a toll on you. So I was thinking halfway through that, I mean, he's probably featuring a lot of the other musicians so he can give it a rest for a little bit.
Or whatever else he does back there.
Or, yeah, or ramp it up a bit. Oh, behave.
Oh, darling.
Yeah, maybe he's using some of those keys back there right now. Getting his shag on.
There's going to be a few keys missing. When they showed the picture from behind Cozy, like his drums here, they look fine, but they look so like flat, you know, like usually they're tilted in towards you, and they are a little bit, but to me it just looks like it would be hard to play like that. I guess from this angle they don't look as flat. A lot of tape and muffles on those heads.
Jesus Christ, that would never happen today.
No.
And for anybody that didn't see that, it's because some friggin' fireworks went off inside the venue.
Unfortunately, where we live, there was a horrible tragedy involving pyrotechnics in a club. Look at the dents in those tom heads.
Yeah,
They're probably
beat the
brand
shit
new
out of
for
him.
the show. I heard he was a really hard hitter, and he just used like tree trunks as sticks. Like he was really, these really heavy sticks. He's still gonna throw that in, but
Well, yeah.
it's
I mean,
mandatory.
he's not made of stone. Come on.
If the drummers guild caught wind of him doing a solo without that, they'd be like, "Hey, buddy, we gotta talk to you."
No, you got to do the thing where you start slow and then you speed
You
up
gotta-
doing the same thing.
You know the bap boom bap, and then it gets faster and faster. You gotta throw it in. The kids love it.
I highly suggest that you throw that in, or else you will be paid a visit by my curious associates.
It'd be a shame if that we could be missing. He's got a box of tissues. Look. On like a little drum stand, it looked like. This little box of tissues. Maybe he had a little sniffles that night. I don't know. That's funny because I don't use my electronic drum set very often. I usually have a box of tissues on one of the toms. It's right over here to my side. And I've got a little bit of a cold right now too, so. The one thing me and Cozy have in common in our drum playing.
The only thing.
Pretty much. Still always makes me think of 4th of July at your house when your dad would play this.
Remember, there was one year they gave me control of the music, and I was like, I think I was playing like the Star Wars theme. And then I think one year I did the disco Star Wars theme.
Oh, nice.
Worked pretty well.
Did you do a disco Ethel Merman?
No, the Merms did not make an appearance. Or the Merm, or what? I can't remember. Did she refer to herself as that
The
in the
Merms,
singular
yeah.
or the plural?
Merms, yeah. So John and I were on the 70s Weekly Countdown on their Thanksgiving Day episode. Or Thanksgiving episode, I should say. Reviewing the Ethel Merman disco album, so you'll have to check it out if you want to listen to it.
If you have not already.
By the
And if
time
you
this
haven't,
episode comes out, it'll be in the past. But
what you doing
search
with
it
your
out.
life?
Whoa! It looks like he just went supernova.
Christ.
Oh, those were actual, like, huge flames. Oh, nice. Goes to the stick and catches it. And now he's gonna blow his nose.
Cozy Powell on drums.
Who else? Woohoo!
Certainly took the roof off there. Nice one, my son.
Nice one, nice one.
Are you all right? Good. We'd like you to sing a song with us.
All right.
We got a slow blues song for you. Try and bring a little more sensibility back to Disneyland in here.
What?
Hope you like it. It's a song called Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City.
Didn't catch all that. Is that Peter is Coverdale a belter? Hi. That would be great if Ethel Merman was in the front row. Ah, I was just filming something with Red Skeleton and I heard you. You were belting it.
Did you say Red Skeleton?
Yeah, that's what Ethel Merman said on that Judy Garland show. She was like, I was filming something across the hall with Red Skeleton, and I heard you girls were belters.
I'm gonna have to go back and hear that again because it's Red Skeleton, not Skeleton.
Oh, whatever.
No, I'm just saying if she said skeleton, that would be that would be hilarious.
Who knows what goes on in the mind of the Merms?
Hmm. Well, I mean, to be fair, when I was a kid, I always thought it was Red Skeleton.
Red Skeleton.
What is that? Something for Halloween?
I thought he was like signaling to the sound tech to put something in his monitors, but I think he was just saying this. Man, that guy's gonna be getting tired. That woman's been on his shoulders like the entire show.
He's like, please leave me be.
I mean, he had to have had a couple of breaks. We should have counted the keys. Sounds like I don't know if Hodgkinson moved to a fretless? Sounds fretless. No, that sounds fretless. What a great song.
Yes.
Still play this live? I mean, years.
I don't know.
Get open here. Let's see. Looks like he hasn't played it since 2008.
More
Well,
recent than I would have thought.
He played it quite a bit in 2008, a bit in. Oh no, they don't organize this by year. Actually, 2008 was the most times they played, but 1983, 2019. Might have played it when you went to go see him.
Maybe. Can't remember.
No, it looks like all the places he played it were overseas in 2019. Makes sense. He'd have to tailor his European set a little differently based on the fact that they know anything before 1987.
Yeah.
That's great. They're just clapping and everyone's singing along. This would be a great place to cut to the dancing guy.
if he was still dancing. The guy retired in 78.
I don't do that anymore. I don't know why he sounds like that.
I don't do that anymore. I don't know why I sound like this.
He'd sound more like, hey man, yeah, I just got a little tired doing that. Just my stuff. It'd be great if he's like a high-powered businessman in like the city of London. A banker. Nice.
Jesus on fire!
Wow, playing all the future hits.
Yeah, right. Future American.
Well, I was born by that sun, left out in the cold. Now I'm a lonely man who knows just what it means to lose control. But I took my heart and turned it to shame. Now I'm moving on, and I ain't taking no leg. No. Don't go running to me, I'm going down.
Well, that's different. They just do like a galloping metal riff instead of.
Yeah.
Ah, Fool for Your Loving.
Fool for Your Loving.
This one actually is Fool for Your Loving. This is one of the rare ones where they don't put an apostrophe. I kind of miss the little lick they play there. Although it was kind of cool to hear the proto metal galloping section. Getting all of his last little microphone stand tricks before the encore. Cool. He kind of has the Bernie look, like the same hair, the same kind of shirt Bernie would wear.
Yeah.
And it is cool to see them
Both
prior
great
to
players.
their American makeover where they all have the teased hair and dress a certain way. There used to be a Twitter account called Mickey Moody's Hat that I used to follow.
I remember that.
Yeah, I think they stopped posting a while ago. I don't know. I bet the Gardeau is making a note when he gets home to look through his postcard selection to see if he's got any from Ludwigshafen. I'm be eagerly waiting by the mailbox. See if I get something industrial soon.
Nice.
He fires the microphone stand like it's a rocket.
Thank you, Ludwigshafen, and good night.
That would have been something if later performances he like was able to outfit the three prongs at the end of the microphone stand with like fireworks or like
oh shit, it's spinning around.
yes, yeah, like tassels, like something to make it flare up a little bit. Yeah. That would have been excess. Like if he did that at like the '87 tour,
he might have.
Then you would have been like, all right, I think he's jumping the shark now.
Sweet. He's got the sign back up. Sweet.
Sweet.
Well, it's funny because they showed it earlier, but it's just funny that they're like, it just says sweet. Pretty good amount of a pretty good crowd. I don't know what that is translating as. One more song or something like that. This is 2,200 guests, 2,250 guests, so not huge. Cool looking place.
Yeah.
Past performances include the Keeps, the Who, Dio, Rainbow, and Whitesnake.
Thank you very much for your hospitality. We got a little song for you, just a little one. Now we're gonna take the fucking roof off, okay? Okay!
Singers are never satisfied the first time they ask a question.
We wanna thank you for being with us tonight. We wanna thank you for making everything alright. We wanna thank you, Ludwigshafen.
Slow blues.
Low blues.
I feel like at this point they're making shit up.
It's like an AI is listening to. It sounds like slow blues. doing a nice little dance there. This needs to have like a Blu-ray release, just all souped up, because this is an amazing show.
Oh yeah.
The VHS tapes start to get a little hot.
I ain't an educated man as all you Fleet Street preachers do. It's just the simple things in life keep my motor running ready to go. If I can make you smile, I will raise my glass. But if you don't like it, then baby, you can kiss my what? Kiss my what? You can tell me it's wrong, but I love.
I like it. Wine, period. Women and song.
The boys are gonna tell you
Is
about
that
it.
a yeah, they have an and with an apostrophe. Yeah, this is a great encore.
I think that's another cool thing about Whitesnake at this time, which I haven't seen any later 80s or 90s performances, but or maybe even with bands that are didn't get as much success. But I mean, you could put whatever you want into your set. You could finish off with whatever you want. You know, it doesn't have to be the hit. So it makes for a very cool set list.
And that's kind of the as much as we've really enjoyed seeing Deep Purple recently, that's always been our one concern is the set list barely varies.
Which we know why, we get it, but
yeah. But at the same time, it's like, man, it'd be great to see them do something just a little more out there. They got one or two of the newest songs, and then all the others are just there's maybe 10% of the set that they play with.
well, it's our fault for being born at the wrong time and in the wrong country.
Yeah, exactly. And it's cool to just come out and do like, just a blues version of saying thank you to the crowd. Like, that's cool.
Listen to these guys. Oof. Those guys were like synced up.
Yep. As much as I love Nina Murray, I'm really loving what the Bombers bring into this show.
Don't take too long. Okay, baby. I want to hear you. Come on. Wine, women, a song. Wine, women, a song. Let me hear you, baby. Let me hear you sing. Take it right down up here. Let me hear you sing it out there. Wine, women, a song. Come on, man.
There's somebody on the
Beautiful.
shoulders.
Allow me to introduce you to the Snakes on drums. Causing power!
He's introducing them again.
On bass, Colin Paula Hodgkinson. On guitar, slide guitar, mustache, hat, Mickey Mooney.
Mustache.
On guitar, vocals, Mel Gary. And on keyboards, the maestro, my good friend, John Lord. On vocals, David Coverdale. Wow, ciao. Love of his daughter, your sister too. You get in my way, I'm gonna rock and roll.
I like that too, because I know that like a lot of times when vocalists will be introducing the band, they don't introduce themselves
Yeah.
a lot of times.
And I am David Coverdale.
I always thought that would be funny. It's like, and I'm David Coverdale. Yay! It just seems like wrong.
It is a little weird.
But yeah, I've been to some shows where they've had like the guitar player like come up to the mic and introduce the singer, but sometimes they don't, and it's just kind of weird because you're like, you feel they deserve it because they've been out front all night.
Wasn't it California Jam? Doesn't like John Lord come out and...
Don't take too long. God bless you. Thank you, Germany. Take care of yourselves.
Doesn't John Lord like... He does like a little rap on the microphone.
I think he does. He did.
I don't know if he introduced them, but kind of gave him a little rundown of what's going on. I think he might have introduced David Coverdale and Lynn because they were the new guys.
Yeah, maybe. I can't. I should remember, but I can't.
Sad to say,
Ah, very cool.
it's time to go.
And they're just playing it over the speaker.
Until we meet again, journey home. When you hear the thunder roar, you're not alone. We wish you well. We wish you well.
Wow, that was a heck of a show.
Yeah. So who recommended this one again?
York,
Well,
of course.
thumbs up to York for a great recommendation because this was this show did not disappoint.
No, not at all. It's,
No, this was a great I would say deep cut choice for a Whitesnake live stream.
Yeah, absolutely. Really glad we got a chance to do that one and to do a daytime stream for our wonderful European listeners. So before we close out, it is time, of course, to thank our patrons. And this group of patrons we have up next is our foundation level. Coming in at the $3.50 Deep Purple New York tier, we have Lord Longford. At the $3 Aromatic Feed tier, we have Simon Ford and Richard Brees. At the $3.33 Halfway to Evil tier, we have Stephen Sharp and Duncan Leask. At the $3 Nobody's Perfect tier, we have Peter Gardot in the chat. We have Ian DeRosier. And of course, I'm not sharing the audio with you, so you missed that. And I worked so hard on it. All right. Hey, we're just going to do it again.
Oh, Nate.
Just because this is it's a debut jingle. So, Ian DeRosier, the Prague Frog himself. Mark Roback. I misfired. Stuart McCord. Then we have and then 2/3 of our Norwegian contingent on the stream today. We have Ivan Fjellbu. It's a great life in the Norwegian. And Runar Simonsen. It's a great life in the Norwegian. Then, of course, we have JJ Snard, Ruinous Inadequacies, and John Maselli.
Oh, hey. They know you're lost. This way they won't think you couldn't get a date.
And Michael Boyette and Corey Morissette. And at the $1.71 I Want My Own tier, we have
Rich, Yangui, Shaylor.
At the 10 kroner tier, Karsten Lau. And at the $1 made-up name tier, we have the Lying in the Shadow of the Tomb, Leaky Mausoleum. Stephen Somerville, the Concerto 1999 fanatic, also on the stream. Hank the Tank, Private Eyes, Ashen Lionel.
Blackmore tights.
Steve, Down to Earth Kohler, Swapper the Electric Alchemist, Anders Engstrom, Ashley, Still I Hear Burn Rose, and ICDC. thank you so much to all of you for your generous support of the Deep Purple podcast. Yeah, and there you have it, folks. That is the excellent concert. Had a lot of fun hanging out with all of you. Yeah, just an amazing amazing show all around. Steven's recommended another Whitesnake video, so we'd of course love to do more Whitesnake live shows in the future. If you have any suggestions, let us know. The Gardo says he gives this a 5 erect mic stand rating. I would
I would agree.
I would agree. It's a great one. Really, really good. Yeah, really fun to see, fun to listen to. And yeah, I'll be looking out. I'm gonna keep my eyes open for a good audio only version of this, because that's worth a listen for sure.
Yeah, I think that this when we do a anything Whitesnake or Coverdale themed, we should have a separate rating system, like a 5 dong rating system.
I like the erect mic stands. That's good.
Yeah.
A little less vulgar, but either way.
Just a little.
Dong. Dong is a good word, though.
Yeah, that's why I recommended it.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, it is time to wrap it up. And yeah, we'll see you next week. For what subject will it be? Who knows? Nobody knows. Nobody in the world knows. But you'll find out next Monday. Thanks so much, everybody.
Until then, we wish you well.
We wish you well.
Thank you for listening to the Deep Purple podcast. If you like what you hear and would like more episodes in the future, please donate on Patreon to support the show. You can also leave us a review in Apple Podcasts to help new people discover the show. You can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for show updates. See deeppurplepodcast.com for more details. Thank you for listening.